Hello, guys and girls. To Randy's Den in the den. In a predicament here. Just got some real serious fun going on. Basically, this is my IMAX B6 load it, charge it, fling it deal. It was a nice unit, and all of a sudden it can't get off its mind that external temperature too high, and no matter what I do, it can't get rid of it. So the last thing I gotta do is pull the board, and I just tried solder sucking it. You can see the darn solder sucker, I don't know what the deal is, but it just has a real hard time with tiny pins sucking them all the way out. Knowing, they're through hole, I mean, come on. You still should be able to suck that all the way out. But anyways, that's what this board is part of. Because one of the pieces under here are part that I got to get to test. So, and go figure, when I did my continuity on these three, let's see, it was this one, this tiny one, runs continuity right up, it goes bleep, 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 right up into here, and then bounces around. So, I got it hooked up, I'll show you quick. I'll bleep it. Bleep. So, this was the only one that I could get any continuity with the board. And it comes all the way over here. Prove me wrong. This. There it goes. So, I mean, it's going into the op amps and all that jazz. It's all under there. So, this is like the last resort to try to fix it. If I can't do this, then I'm going to have to, flash drive it, whatever, by hooking it up to I2C or SPI, whatever, one of them things. I'll have to figure out and do it with these lugs here, but they're not even labeled. In the video I watched, they were. So, but anyways, right now I'm doing Old Faithful. I'm just laying solder in, and I'm just gonna keep heating it up, and just gonna walk the board right out, because solder sucking, solder blowing, solder pitching a fit ain't cutting it. So I'm just gonna get my finger under the board and just keep working it back and forth, and you'll see it'll just walk right out. I do this all the time with everything because I'm too cheap. I don't like to buy stuff. I like to recycle. So I'll get it going, walking out. Just got my finger under here for light pressure, and just keep walking it out. Like walking an old, gnarly dog that's seen its better days. But we gotta love our animals, so I shouldn't say things like that. And it's a process, but it's slowly coming. Just keep walking it back and forth, back and forth. Switch sides, don't matter. Just try not to burn the board if you do anything. This is actually kind of a long run. I usually don't try to take out runs like this, but I could even do hot air, I guess, if I wanted. This thing's got to start moving here any second now. There it comes. It's in there too. It's got some long legs, and I know them are sucking away the heat pretty good too, which I have noticed. That's why I'm having trouble with this. I don't know, man. My solder sucker it sucks, man. It really does. Be straight up honest with you. Okay, I kind of got one side, if you can see. There. See, I kind of got half it rocked out. I'm going to lay some more solder in there to keep it nice and molten. I know they got stuff like Chip Quick and all that. That stuff, I've looked into it. It's really, really expensive. It's like $25 for like 3 foot. So, sorry, but I'll try to buy the metals and mix them myself. Some homemade crucible. I don't even know what I'm doing before I try buying it, because I'm cheap, you know that. So, as you can see, it's slowly working its way out. Once it gets to where it's kind of flat, they usually come right out, because you can just zip right down like that. Whoop! Took a pop. Just keep a little pressure on it. And here's where you don't want to get greedy though. You just want to keep it coming. You don't want to start really reefing on it, because you will end up in trouble. Just have a little sideways pressure. I need more pressure down. Phew, that's getting hot. There you go. Wow, these things are stuck in there. That's what I was thinking. I couldn't get any of these loose, and I thought that seemed like they were jammed in there, but I thought it was just me. Wasn't doing anything, but yeah, they are stuck, like physically, like holes too small, peg too big deal. They are really stuck. There. Ow! And when it falls on you, that feels good. Just clean these up a little bit. So, that's the components I need to get to at least. Let me run down this. This will be a shorty but a goodie, we'll call it. Try to knock a quick video out. Just hopefully give you guys some tricks. When I first got it, I bought 3 of these things. And I'll tell you what, I keep taking them apart, stretching the spring. I mean, look at that. Are you kidding me? Now it's not going to move? What? There. You hear it? Yeah, I crank them springs right out so you could barely get it together when I do it. But I actually really like these. It's just hard with trying to get it in there on time and flat and everything else, and get it to suck the hole out like that. You got freaking worthless fingers like mine. 20 minutes later, I'm hitting the button. I hope you guys can see that pretty good. I'll bring you down a little more. There we go. Let's throw some wick at it. This wick is actually... Let me see what I can do here. This wick is kind of junky, but I actually almost threw it out, but I said, what the heck, so I soaked it in some flux, and I'll tell you, what a difference it made. Just saturating it right in flux. Back 1 second here, and I'll show you what I do with it. Run it right down this. I just take the flux pen. I just keep reloading this. I got the little bottle here. This is just super flux, rosin flux. And I'll just take the little felt out of the end. It's not felt, whatever it is, the pointer gimmick. And just keep loading it. And yeah, it works really well, actually. You can see it's bright here. It doesn't have any on it. If it's got some on it, you'll see it, actually you can see it right on the end here. It actually will tarnish it a little bit, or darken it. If you can see the difference, how bright that is, compared to how kind of dingy that is. That, and I always put like a kink, like a little kinked up spot, kind of like that. So then I'll know where I stopped. It's not a big deal, you'll know. Usually you can tell just by looking at it. Then this, if it gets light on flux, I just end up, you just push it down. It's nice though, it doesn't just pour it all out all over the place and waste it either, because I am cheap, remember. But this turned into a production. I mean, I was fighting, I ended up changing tips on the darn solder sucker, and drilling out the hole. I mean, it was a whole production. I mean, I could have done videos for the next 2 months on that production. It was a pretty sad show of freaking any sense whatsoever. But yeah, flip the video on, all of a sudden it starts rolling. That's good. I like that. So just pop it on here. You can see these holes started going. I'll get them the rest of the way here. I always try to get it in line with what I'm doing. And you want to always have a nice spot of solder you're going into, and it just helps it, what do they call it, thermally, capillary action is what it does. It really helps out a lot. with it. Otherwise, you're trying to stick the hot stick through this and to heat the stuff on the other side as it's wanting to cool down also. So there we go. You kind of just draw it through or just run right down it. You'll see it's kind of a neat little deal. All of a sudden you'll see it just pool into the braid. Pretty neat deal. Need more flux. Need more flux. And I need more. Just lay it. It actually helps to put a little fresh solder down. It helps it just flow that much better. You can see I got some old nasty flux on there from the whole time. I gotta be careful because I'm gonna start ripping pads here in a second. This is ridiculous. So I mean, I contacted the company and everything, and I don't know. I guess I got a guy. Maybe the guy's not even there anymore, but he couldn't. 2 months later, and he finally got back to me. So maybe he just didn't care much about his job, but I couldn't find any other way to contact. That was through eBay, and then that was 4 months go by. He's supposed to get back to me, and I told him it was one of the IC parts that I'd probably need. He says, "Oh, well, the shipping." And you know what happened? He stalled, and then the if you look, I got it written on the top of that. The warranty, it had a 1-year warranty done. So I don't know if he was stalling for the warranty or what, but it just sucks. I paid decent money for it. Sucks that freaking thing's down. It actually, when it worked very well. I definitely have to say that. I really miss having it up and running. That's why I've been kind of getting on it, trying to get it up and going again. I'm just going to run this side quick, just to try to get every last little bit. I don't know if it's, I doubt it's going to suck it up through them holes. If I get a little solder on here, it might. But yeah, it's if it ain't coming, just get a little more solder on your stick. And lots of flux. That's a big part of it. We'll see the fourth hole here. See if it can't suck it right out of there. Oh, the fifth one it did. The fourth one it didn't. The fourth one's being stubborn. Might have to iron pick it. I'll just pick it with the steel pick, and you just kind of wiggle it as you pull it through, and then as it hardens up, you keep wiggling it, and then it just pulls through, and you have the hole. All that's left is a hole. All that's left is the hole. Yeah. Not real exciting. Why can't I get anything to flow or do something today? Got the biggest tip, too, in God's creation on this thing. Come on. It's almost like you got to get it all in one big swoop. There it goes. 1, 2, 3. Hole number 4. That black stuff looks like burnt board and all that, but it's actually not. It's actually the flux. I really should get it cleaned off, but I'm so close to being where I want to be. Oh, that one don't want to come out. Where is... pen. What size? Do the pin trick. Get in the hole. Gotta get it in the hole. Heat it up from the bottom and then come through at it. Once you get it through, you just wiggle it. And I'll bring it right up so you guys can see. Here, see the pin? And what's that? Hole number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hole number 5. Hopefully that zooms. Number 5 from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The one that looks like someone splurged on it. Splurged their dinner on it. Didn't I just pull that out of 5? How is 5 filled again? What is going on? Unless I can't count today either. Oh, I'm feeling a detonation. It's a nation of detonation. About ready to take this board and stick it right where that. I'm telling you. Freaking horse shit. And just shake it. You'll feel where you, it's comfortable once you stick it through there. It's a pin. I mean, you'll bend the thing if you get too rough with it. So just, then you'll feel it kind of cinch up around it. Just keep twisting and spinning it, and that'll kind of keep your hole cleaned out. Gotta have a clean hole. It is. It's just filling the next one. Come on. Serious? Oh my god. I'm gonna regret hitting the record button on this one. This is pathetic. Come on. Come on. Come on. I hear it. There it is. See, the pin gets almost stuck. See how stiff it is, right? Just get a little heat down the side of it like that. And that loosens it up. Just keep spinning it. It'll walk right out. We got 2 more. 1 more. No, 2. 1 here. Wow, these are tiny. 1 next to it. There it goes. Stuff it through. Keep it wiggling. Yeah, I'll tell you, they come in handy is just having a set of little pins and stuff like that on hand. I'm always using them for something. And on top of it, knowing how tight them pins were coming out. So, I gotta have, you really don't ever want to go through and drill or do anything crazy like that on something like this, because you'll end up ripping out the whole copper rivet trace and everything that's down through it. That one was open. Now it's filled. I think I'm just filling the next one. That's all I'm doing. Just moving it down the line. I'll play freaking tic-tac-toe and go back the other way once I hit the end. You watch. That looks better. How's that look? Pushed a big glob of smudge right out of it. Alright. Done with that. I'll clean that board up so then you guys can see it real quick that it's not as bad as it actually appears. It's much worse. No, it shouldn't be at all. Come on. Get off. Which one am I using? Oh yeah, the nasty one. Can I have a really nasty one? Yep. Just, what is it, 93%, 94% IPA. Isopropyl alcohol. That's all you need. And that'll clean this stuff right off. Watch, it's not gonna. You watch. Make me a huge liar. And it's looking like I am. gonna have to get a little aggressive with it, or what? I've never had that stuff stick before. Gotta soak it. When I stay in camera, that might help. Give you guys something to look at instead of listening to me yap. This is just the regular toothbrush that I probably used last week. Who knows? Let's get that soaked right in. Let it soak a little bit. Are you really serious though? This stuff isn't gonna come off? It's gonna come off that hard? Am I really gonna use acetone? Acetone? Give me 1 second. Hold on. Let me hit the button here. Button. Back at the madness. Back at the madness. You guys couldn't wait to get back and see the disaster. Yeah, it's not coming off real hot. Just brushing it, but just take your fingernail and it's like scratch off. Yeah, I won. Whee! So that's that. Get a little more IPA on it. See how many traces I pulled? Looks like 1. Looks like 1 pad for sure. What are you gonna do? Ain't the first time, won't be the last. Not to mention, I gotta get going here. Look at that, I've never seen that with alcohol before. Or had trouble. I just gotta make sure that when I put this back down that I really flux that very well. Especially where this pad looks like come off right here. That's probably the 8 times that I had the soldering iron on, or the solder sucker on it. That didn't help that pad out, I know that. I'm surprised I didn't lose more, to be honest with you. So, from all as ugly as it was, let's see if you can see it where it, get some white behind it so you can maybe see the holes too. And I'm trying to look down in here to see what you guys are seeing. Make sure it's clear. So see, there's holes there. See, there's not. Whoosh. See, I didn't lie. Don't make a lie out of me. So, alright, I hope that helps someone out struggling. Like I said, I'll do the struggling so you guys don't have to. How about that? Feel free to comment, share, subscribe. Thumbs up if you think I deserved it. Give me some comments. Love the comments, and please keep them coming because it lets me know what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right, what I need to work on, my whole life plan is all about comments. So my whole life structure is all about your guys' comments. So please send in more comments. Do much appreciate anyone that's hanging out this long to me just babbling on. And again, I hope I made someone's life a little bit easier by my struggling and through my trials and tribulations. Thanks again, guys.